Are there alternatives to traditional banking? Imagine a world where your financial needs are met by institutions that prioritize community over profit. In this context, there are indeed alternatives to traditional banking that align with socialist principles. These alternatives focus on democratic control, social equity, and the collective good, rather than private gain. Traditional banking typically involves private ownership, where banks operate to maximize profits. This often leads to wealth concentration and financial power in the hands of a few. From a socialist viewpoint, this system can perpetuate inequalities and fail to meet the needs of the wider population. One alternative is publicly owned and democratically controlled banks. These banks are owned by the state or local communities and operate with governance structures that include workers and users in decision-making. Their goal is to manage social resources efficiently, supporting public projects and social development without prioritizing profit. This model aims to finance initiatives like green energy and gender equity programs, addressing historic inequalities. Another option is cooperative banks and credit unions. These institutions are owned and controlled by their members, often rooted in working-class or marginalized communities. They provide services like savings and loans on a democratic basis, focusing on member needs rather than profits. Historically, these institutions have emerged as grassroots alternatives to exclusionary capitalist banks, empowering communities through collective ownership. State banks with social mandates also present a valuable alternative. These banks do not operate on profit motives but instead focus on funding public infrastructure and social welfare. They can create money and credit as public utilities, reducing reliance on private financial capital. This approach was seen in the Soviet model, where the state controlled money creation and credit allocation. Lastly, internationalist solidarity banking emphasizes cooperation among socialist societies. This approach aims to facilitate trade and finance on equitable terms, avoiding domination by imperialist financial systems. It involves creating financial institutions that support socialist development globally, fostering solidarity rather than competition. In practice, these alternatives requiring a shift from private profit to social ownership and democratic governance. This transformation is essential for overcoming the current dominance of financial capital, which often extracts wealth from the majority. While these alternatives face challenges, such as entrenched financial power, cooperative banks, credit unions, and public banking initiatives, show how banking can be organized to serve social needs.